tuned in to talk about the three types of planners, or the three types of approaching planning and strategy and goal setting in our life. Um, why do we well why do we want to talk about it today, Veronica?
Perhaps because we've created the great program, Shift Anti-Planning Workshop, that is already ready for you. And we'll start the 13th December. So we are
Mhm.
waiting for you there, and we'll give you all the details at the end of the video. So don't leave us.
Yes. Yes. That's why we want to talk about the types of approach to planning that we have, especially women have. And we see three main categories, three main types of how we usually do it. Um, so, what are they? In our terms, they're over planners, people who do a lot, who love planning, who love all the structured approaches, color coded calendars, and all this stability and sense of control. There are also under planners, as we call them. So people who mostly go with the flow and trust the process, trust the universe, and prefer not to structure their schedule and their vision too much because they may fear the lack of freedom in this structure. And the third one, as we call them, people who feel stuck with planning and with acting on any plans, right? So this can be a type of personality model, right, or type of behavior model, or it can be just a period of life when all of us can get there for some time, for some period of time, when we prefer not to do anything, not to plan anything, and just stay put, stay in one place and preserve the status quo because it feels the most safe action in the moment. Am I right, Veronica?
Yeah, you're right. And I hope that you, our viewers, could recognize yourself in these three segments, three descriptions in our planning business
Mm-hmm.
people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So try to find something that speak about you in this category.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We also want to add that all of these types that we are talking about today are similar in the way that they follow our usual automatic reactions to a challenge, right? Or to planning in this case, because planning and building a vision is also kind of a challenge task. And we tend to approach them using our usual strategies, automatic responses, because that's what have worked before. That's what feels safe. But many times we feel we end up being limited by this framework and this scenario that we keep repeating, right? Because building just the structure and not having this freedom limits the freedom. Just relying on the flow and on the trusting the process may limit the direction and taking action or acting on opportunities when they arise, right? So they are all similar in this case. That they are automatic, but we want to add more conscious process and conscious action to it. That's why we're talking about it today. And that's why I invite you to join the workshop that we have December 13th, the anti-planning workshop. Okay.
Let's speak now about each category separately, yeah? And what could you tell me about the first category? The first one is the overplanner, yeah?
Yes, I'm checking my notes here. Yes, the overplanner. There's this is the model, right? Or people who act in this way, so that they may end up being too structured. So if you take a look on their calendar, it can be all full with no white breathing space or some pleasant activities scheduled, right? They are mostly focused on doing the things that they should be doing, on the things that will bring results, on the things that will feel and look productive to others, first of all, right? So that's the type of approach, which means that we rely too much on metrics, on maybe external validation, and we want external approval. We want to feel productive. We want to feel successful. We want to feel as achievers. But very often it keeps us stuck and not giving us this freedom that we want.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've been there. And as a result, I could tell you that as a result of all these actions, I felt really empty, and I was burned out, really, and it wasn't my case. So I've changed the strategy for me, but I had this experience, so now I know what I'm telling about.
What was the most crucial thing that you changed in this approach that helped you get from this burnt out state?
But the first thing I found out, the person, it's you, who is really on the opposite side of the story. And it was very helpful for me because now I know the tools already that you gave me and give me till today, more air, more lightness, and I could breathe really lighter. And there are the tools that we propose to you during our workshop. So it's not only workshop that we use like from the book or from the exercises or from something else. It's really from our experience that we lived.
Yes, from our personal experience and from many cases of the clients who had who've been in similar categories and who had very similar issues when they approached planning. Yes,
Yeah.
So I agree that we're a good combination of this structure and air and the flow and trust and also staying organized. I will talk about my story in the next slide.
And it gives another vision, really different from those that I had of before.
Yes. So it's the story of taking the best from each approach, right? And we're not talking about changing your whole story or approach. It's just that you might be missing a piece of a different perspective that will brighten up your picture and turn your annual planning or any strategy building or vision work around.
Yeah. So it was the description of the over planned people, the one from our list. Yeah.
Speaking about the different ways of approaching planning, the other category that we want to mention is the under planner, so-called. I can say that it's familiar.
Yeah.
These are usually this way of thinking relies on trusting the flow, on knowing that things will happen, like everything will be good. Usually optimists, I believe, are mostly in this category. I've been there and it's my usual mode of work. But as soon as you realize that the crucial piece that I was missing was the direction and following the direction and guiding all my trust and all my love of the flow in certain direction and having this goal ahead of me, not just sitting around waiting for things to happen. It changed everything. And I remember when I was coached by you about my struggle, with planning and calendars, because I feared that if I sometimes if I follow the strict schedule that I have built for myself, I may miss the moments of inspiration. When, for
Exactly.
example, I
I
have an
remember.
activity planned, let's say, to work on the website, and when I sit working on the website and I don't feel inspired, and I want to like write a blog post instead because I just got an idea and
Mm.
want to follow this flow, I was usually worried that I may miss this and it will not come back. And when we worked together, you offered a few tools that worked great for me, and even just scheduling those moments of inspiration, knowing that I have time for them in my schedule, and not just leaving them outside of my calendar, did a great created a big change.
And the first thing that we try to understand and to explain to you that there is no one general plan for everybody. That they are really different, and it depends on your own values, on your own experience, on your own energy level. So we propose different types, different approaches in our program.
Yes, and especially here for people like me who prefer under planning. Um, the biggest fear, another big fear, is that it will be just something typical, usual, nothing unique, right? I have to follow some template or some structure, and I will be limited by this box.
Mm.
And since they don't want to be limited, I sometimes prefer, okay, I won't create anything structured. I will just do whatever I want. And for annual planning, that's a big setback, right? Because we limit ourselves um, in another way. For those long term goals, it's very important to have this vision of where I can be headed, and to have this kind of a map, roadmap, the vision of the journey that we want to take. And it can count in all your uniqueness, all your strengths, and all crazy ideas that you might have, but in a more structured way.
So for this category under planner, we propose to feel free and not to be under the circumstances and in the box. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So if you add a little bit of structure, a very conscious structure based on your uniqueness, you will feel both free, but also rooted and with your feet on the ground. That's what I keep reminding myself.
And as I know, your favorite one is uh, our third category. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the category of stuck and non-planner guys. And sometimes everybody of us live in this category, live the period of
Mhm.
this stacking anti
Stagnation
non-planner. Yeah,
feeling, yes,
stagnation. Yeah, exactly,
feeling
exactly.
stuck and frozen.
Mm. And what could we feel when we are in this category? Share
Mhm.
with me what it could be. We could be frozen. Yeah, we could be uh, like doing nothing because whether we don't know what to do
Mhm.
or we have the not the best experience in our life with planning.
Yes, yes. So in this type of approaching planning, which we call the non-planner or non-actor, right? I prefer not to plan, neither to plan nor to act.
Neither to plan on it.
The biggest fear here is that our past experience, when, for example, we had a perfect plan that should have worked, but it didn't. Things happen. That's life. We may just be afraid of going through this pain again, right? Of this frustration and not feeling good enough, of not feeling worthy. Um, So that's one type, one scenario. And as a result, we tend to have procrastination, guilt, stagnation, where we just stay where we are. And in my experience, I had the full year of similar, staying in similar state when I knew what I had to be doing. I was trying something, it wasn't working. I was trying something else, it wasn't working. So I preferred to just stay
Doing
put,
nothing.
preserve my energy. Yes, because otherwise I felt that I will burn out or I
Mm.
won't be emotionally available for my family or for other tasks that I need to be doing. So I decided, okay, that's my season of that's my winter. I'll just go into hibernation like a bear in winter. just wait, waiting out to see what will happen later. And then step by step, I kind of started waking up, and some opportunities came. I took some action, like applied for a new position or contacted with someone um, in my network. I heard
Mhm.
some news and went into research. And slowly, this wheel kind of started rolling again. So that's
Yeah,
the
and it's
strategy of small steps, right? How do
exactly,
you
yes,
call it?
it's uh, we may call it like the art of small steps, yes, and minimal
Hmm.
valuable action. And the thing that we mentioned in our program that we try to show you that you have not to have the fear of small steps, the fear to start the smallest action you can do right now, and we are trying to reduce this fear and to get the new way of planning.
Yes, yes. So here in this type of approach to planning, we found this term that we like, compassionate breakthrough,
Compassionate breakthrough, yeah.
kind of soft movement, right? Soft start. It doesn't mean like pushing yourself too hard. It means being more kind to yourself, like acknowledging that, okay, I'm in this place
Yeah.
right now, right? I don't have to be harsh to myself and blaming myself that I'm not doing anything. Okay, what if I take time and see what happens, right? Like we need to sleep every night to recharge. Sometimes we maybe need to stay stuck for some time. But when you see that you've been there for too long and that it's starting to be detrimental to some areas of your life, right? When we're stuck without a job, for example, and we're not doing anything to replace the income or start taking some action, it it means
When
that
you
we
are
are
losing
limiting
yourself.
our opportunities. Yes, yes, of course, some opportunities may come from the outside with the flow, but not 100% of the time, right? We need to be doing something and creating this energy. So here we offer soft approach, actually in all the types that we mentioned, right? We offer soft approach based on what strengths and inner resources you have. Again, coming back to your inner personality structure, on your unique strengths, on your values, on your purpose, on um, on your vision of what you want to, of how you want to see your life.
Mhm.
When you base your planning and your vision,
Vision
goal
of
setting,
life. Exactly.
yes, on these things, then it will feel aligned in any of those like automatic scenarios that we have. It will work for everyone when we take a step back and first do this self research, create this personality profile, as we call. That's what you will get. It's an actual document that will help you create, where you will see what inner resources you have and where you can source the energy for the action, for your vision, based on what person you are and how it's best for you to approach this.
And it's really a really individual approach. That's necessary to mention that it's really individual. There is no template that you will fill in or something like this. No, you will find out yourself, your self design during this program. And during this time, it's only your vision, only your strategy, only all the necessity that you keep in yourself. And perhaps you, even you, didn't discover it till this moment. So this is our program. And could you give us more details? I mean, with the timeless, with everything, everything we propose, the program, when, for whom.
Yes. I'm checking my notes so that we don't miss anything important.
Yeah.
What I want to say that we've been to multiple programs that present different types of planning approaches, strategy approach. I have a certificate in strategic marketing, where we both come from marketing, and we know how important it is to build any strategy, any plan, not just on external trends, right, or the shoulds of the industry, of someone's expectations, like we should go to this market if we're talking about business, or we should use this type of funnel or this platform because everyone is doing it. If we do not do the homework first of deeply going into what is the purpose of our work, what is the value that we bring, what is the mission, what are our values, then
to
it won't
connect
work.
all these.
Yes. And if strategy is built on these unique gifts that you bring to the world, then it will work. Then actually any kind of plan, even the simplest one or the fancy one, they will work because that's what it will be just a tool to express your unique value into the world, to bring this to the world. If it's just superficial based on the shoulds and on external expectations, you'll probably stay stuck. And this applies not only to marketing, but to life design, as we can call it, right? When we're thinking about the next year, how we want to see it, what we want to achieve, or what person we want to become in the process, or what values we want to leave in this year, right? What's important to us and what we want to have more in our life, how we want to express ourselves in a more authentic way. That's also about this first step, knowing who you are.
Yeah, and there is the main difference between the other programs and our. Yeah. And I know that there are lots of guys who are planning now the next year with the help of AI.
Yes.
I know that you you have some notes, some thoughts about it, and share it, please.
Yes, let's be honest, let's be clear. AI is everyone's competitor right now, probably main competitor in many of the industries. So service providers, at least like marketers, teachers,
Yeah.
right? Um, business people, engineers, anyone's coaches. But you can ask AI to create a plan, right? You may even enter some data, asking it to evaluate your uniqueness and adjust the plan to make it fit you. But the main thing that AI is still missing, what it's still not capable of doing, is the real life energy of human interaction, of this healing communication and one-on-one interaction, or being in a group of other like-minded people, like women. We've created this container mostly for women. When we come together, we hear each other's stories. We know the setbacks and challenges that everyone is having, the real people, the real women. It's not what AI can offer. Yes, it can tell you stories, it can give you data, it can do some research, right? And tell you a lot of things, teach you a lot of things. But in order to onboard the strategy that it offers you, right? Or in order to make the plan that it may create for you work, you need to be connected to yourself and to other people, because we live in this world together. AI can be a good helper, but it cannot provide, it cannot do your work, right? You need to go deep into yourself on your own, feel it in your body. AI cannot help you do this, cannot demonstrate or cannot teach you this, right? It's about those mirror neurons. It's about the empathy that we feel. It's about these tingling sensations in the chest when you hear someone's story and you recognize yourself and you're connecting with a person, not just a text in the prompt in the response. So that's the main thing. And I know how much, I know you don't like this word too much, but I know what kind of magic may happen when we come together, even virtually like this. And
because we've already tried it, and it's not our first program. It's our I don't know, but really we've tried this for several times, and we know the results that we give and what our programs gives to our participants. So tell us just some details, and we'll finish for today. Some details about when and the main three things that we propose during this program.
Sure. So we are inviting you to the 365, 365, 365 shift. The anti-planning workshop that we scheduled for December 13th. As you've probably heard, it's a unique event that is built to work with your unique type of approaching planning, of your unique identity and personality, of your unique set of strengths and your beautiful vision and purpose that you want to bring to the table, to the world, and helping you add the missing parts, not to keep you stuck in this automatic response and automatic scenario script, but to add the things that may create a breakthrough in a beautiful and soft way. And
not to change everything now. You keep your core as well.
Crossing out your personality. It means just adding the missing parts and getting a new perspective on the process and on the big picture and on yourself as well. So it's a 3-step program. We will take you through 3 main blocks during December 13th. The total program will take about 5.5 hours. It's going to be 3 main blocks of workshop, part 1, part 2, and part 3, with coffee and lunch breaks and some conversations, maybe some music, maybe some laughter. And the 3 main parts that we offer is research your personality. It means that you will know exactly what being you means. You will see and have it in a visual form, basically a document where you will put down and will help you do it, your strengths, your values, and the resources that you can count on, because that's who you are and that's your foundation that we're building in part 1. Right? Part 2 is where you will have a chance to shift your biggest block. Usually we all have something that requires our attention. It can be some chronic issue. It can be some past stories that keep us limited, and we usually know about it, but we may not be aware of it to work with it like here and now. That's what we will invite you to do. You will be able to eliminate your automatic reactions that usually keep us protected but stuck in our old models, in our automations, in our limitations. That's another big part of the process. And it can be anything for anyone, right? It can be a communication issue. It can be some fear of something of unknown, anything. And
You
part 3,
discover it during the program, perhaps.
yes, from what we see from working with other clients, usually people are not aware of this. They may feel that something is not right, but we will help you identify it, express, and work with this specific uncomfortable program. But that's transformations here. And part 3 is what we call design your life around your values and yourself, so that your plan is aligned again with your personality, not just with someone's expectations or other people's scripts for you, right? And this plan is called to keep you excited and on action. So it's not just a plan to put on the wall or in your planner and close it. We're going to create a plan that you will want to act upon. You will want to start bringing it into life, like right away. Also, you will get, as soon as you register, you'll get a questionnaire to start your self-research so that you come prepared to December 13th workshop. You will already be able to get into connecting to yourself and exploring yourself. You also get a one-on-one coaching session shortly after the December 13th event, where you can go over the questions and clarify something that you might have missed. And
the main thing, yeah.
Yes, and the main thing to make it keep this plan actionable, again, not to just plan and forget, but to plan and make it happen. We offer a follow-up group event, like a follow-up workshop in January next year, so that we make sure that your plan is working and maybe course correct or maybe answer some questions that may be keeping you stuck or creating some difficulties. So that's what you get. We would love to meet you. We would love to do it together, because we know that everyone who feels interested and who ends up coming to December 13th is meant to be there. And that's this energy field that we're talking about. I know that it gives goosebumps usually when we come together with it. That's not what AI can offer. You cannot have goosebumps with AI.
That's one thing.
Right? Yeah. Have coffee chats and have lunch together while doing this deep work. I know how profound and deep and beautiful this experience can be. So we'll be happy to see everyone there. We'll add the link to our landing page where you can go learn more about the program, register for the program, and get your questionnaire right away, and get ready to doing this deep work together on December 13th. It's Saturday. So have the whole day for yourself in the comfort of your home, connected to whoever you are meant to connect. It's so valuable to have this sense of surprise. Okay, who am I gonna see on the event?
Yeah. So we are waiting for you in our anti-planning workshop on the 13th December.
Yes. Bye, everyone.